I'm just realizing that people are really compatible with the things that MBTI says. If you know your personality type and it, according to MBTI, you're compatible with someone, and if you meet them in real life, there's like 8 out of 10 chance that you will get along, 8 out of 10. Because if that person like talks to you, of course, if that person is not arrogant about it, they want to talk to you, then if they talk to you, if they establish a friendship, it will work. So Myers-Briggs is probably the most life-changing thing I've ever read, actually, and my entire life depends on it now. Finding the right person, finding the right kind of people, and usually my type of people, if I find them, they're usually the most non-toxic people. They will always be nice. They will always be, at least somewhat connected to God, and I need that from the person that I want, and they do not make me feel bad. They do not make me feel uncomfortable. So it like really works, and that's what I've seen happening with everybody. That is the kind of relationship that works, that Myers-Briggs suggests. So saying that it doesn't work or saying that it's not applicable is just wrong. Maybe it's not scientific, it's another thing, but the accuracy in it, the applicability of it is reliable, and I don't know why people oppose Myers-Briggs sometimes. They just don't want to accept that a theory that has not yet been proven scientific could be used in a practical way, because it could be, it does not tell you it does not tell you about a person, like, their issues, their problems. It does not tell you all of those things, but it tells you who they really are. It tells you their personality, it tells you their fears, it tells you how to, if you wanna make a good relationship with somebody, it tells you how to do that. And I don't understand why people don't think that that's important. It's very important, and somewhere that is the reason why in the West people follow it so much, because Myers-Briggs is just one of those things that I believe that the humanity needed really much, and they got it. Like, I cannot tell you how much it helped for me to, when I started liking an ENTJ, because I thought they were ENFJ, and I could not understand why that relationship was causing me a lot of problems, and I just thought that I have to be loyal, and I have so many problems as well. Because of that, I could not see that that person was not right for me, and I needed something external to tell me that that person is not right for me, and that is so important on a personal level. And when I started reading about ENTJs, I stopped eyeing on that guy like anything. Like, I stopped putting any hopes on that relationship because I did not want someone to not understand me the way I wanted. ENTJ INFP relationship is not the most, it was not what I wanted, It's just what I thought I thought he was somebody that I wanted, and up until then I felt like everybody in this world can turn out to be the person that you want. So if I had not had my hands on Myers-Briggs, I would be very, very lost. In my life, I wouldn't understand which people I should seek, what kind of people. And let me tell you, it has worked for me. Like it fairly has worked for me as well. I have found quite a few people. I found, that kind of support in life that I was always looking for. So I don't see any reason to dismiss Myers-Briggs. It's just something that will, make everything a little better if it does not at least probably make things better for you, help you out a little bit. Does not mean that it's something that science should rely on. It is not something that people can heavily rely on. But it is that thing that you can use, like a tool to navigate through people and see which people work for you. I remember watching a movie with my boyfriend yesterday when we were in a bus, and we started watching that movie, and I randomly played this movie, and my intuition told me that it was a good movie, and I clicked on it, and for like 15-20 minutes in, and by the way, I don't remember the name of the movie. I love Mbti. So anyway, I started watching this movie, and he suggested that it was an ENFP couple. He could see that, like his reasoning, probably his logic, something said. And I was more skeptical. I was like, no, they don't seem like it. But as the movie progressed, I really I started seeing the nuances, like nuances in the female character, that she was definitely INFP. She was struggling in airports, and she was very, very sweet and timid. She had that healer energy, and the guy had very extroverted, outgoing energy, and yeah. So I mean, we could understand those behaviors, of that couple, and I could understand that learning about Myers-Briggs gave me this skill to type people and understand that even in real life, these are the relationship that works out. And I have never seen a movie where two INFP couples or two ENTJs couples or two people of the same type. I might have seen that in real life, people getting married to their own type, but I have never seen that in movies and books. And I think there's a reason for that, because it doesn't work, you know, that's just how it works. Until and unless you marry someone that is different from you, that, that challenges you, you will not grow in life. There's a reason why those books and movies are written like that, because it's just something, it's just a guidance for you to, take take it's like, it's helpful for you to help navigate through relationships, to take inspiration from you, from from those ideas, and navigate. And I think that it's extremely important that people also start understanding each other in general, you know because now I understand that I have a problem with a personality type which is an ESTP and ISTP. I kind of don't get that along with them, because they are a little harsh on you, so I like to stay away from them, and which explains why my father has a certain kind of relationship with my mother. My mother is an INFP and my father is an ESTP. So the dynamic sometimes it gets quite challenging for them to understand. Although even Myers-Briggs says that there are challenges in every relationship. Some relationships work out naturally, and some of them can really work out if two people are mature enough. And my parents' relationship is that relationship which has worked out because both of them are mature enough. But I don't think that I would endorse a relationship between INFPs and ESTPs, because it's just that one relationship which I don't think is best for either of them, because it does not give them the kind of growth they're looking for in life. It does not give them the kind of answers, although it's always it could always happen that they find that kind of growth with their friends and other family members, and like they can also grow in life themselves and navigate through. But I just think that it's just so much more economical, so much more easier, and really better in every way if you just marry someone that is actually your type. It makes you happy the way you want, it makes you. And I have seen that work out with my cousin. She's an ISFP and she's dating an she's an ISFJ and she's dating an ESFP, and I'm so sure that they are not gonna end that relationship ever. They do not have problems in their relationship. They work it out so well. He's loyal to her. She loves to take care of him. She spoils him. He does things for her. Like exercises. Tries to be better in life and all of that. And they are the they are I think they are the most healthy, one of the most healthy couples that I know. And I just don't want people to end up, if you could have that, if you could be in a relationship that you can really really flourish and you do not have to face challenges, then why not? And I think and yeah, coming back to my parents, I think that it has a lot of green flags also, when it's it just sometimes I believe, for me on a personal level, I think it gets challenging when my mother feels a little misunderstood. She feels like, oh no, I'm not being respected enough, or I'm not being like understood the way I want. I'm not being cared for the way I want. And for INFPs, that is extremely, extremely important, that somebody is constantly there for them. And the ESTP can be a little absent in that way. And the ESTP also could be a little too direct, a little too uh, direct, and can come off as rude sometimes. Probably does not want to change in something that they think, and they have something, they have opinions that only people that they follow can change, like celebrities, but they would not let their loved ones tell them something, you know um, so basically what I'm saying is that it's not a relationship that I'm gonna endorse, even though it can work. And C.S. Joseph also said in one of his videos that it's just a relationship that he has seen the most with INFPs, and he does not understand why ENFJs end up with ISFJs, I guess. And although ENFJ ISFJ compatibility is ENFJ is probably, what I have seen is that ENFJ is that person who does not need you to be happy. Most of the time they don't need you to be happy. People need them, to be happy. So they are not gonna ask the world to give them something, even though they might want it, but they can work it out with anyone if they want. They can work it out with any personality type. Not probably ENTJ, that is not gonna work, because they have a lot of similar leadership behavior. They both have this I want to lead energy, and you listen to me, I'm not gonna listen to you energy. And the ENTJ is very arrogant about it. So I don't think that is gonna work, because they both will compete each other. That competition energy that they both have, it's just not gonna work that well. And I'm really afraid that I'm really kind of afraid that afraid of these two personalities getting together and ruining a party or something like that. I don't know. uh, but I really 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 expect that people find their own person and end up with that person. It does not matter if you're poor or rich. Poor people also find their person. We call them nippa nippi, but rich people also do. And regardless of how you find them and in what condition you found them. Maybe you found them in a condition that you think that this is not perfect, this is not the kind of person I want, but I'm compatible with them, um, which happens like most of the time when you find your person. That's what happens most of the time. You feel like this was not what I had in mind, but it works. And all I'm trying to say is that if you found somebody like that, if you found your personality, or if you found your kind of soulmate, or somebody that really understands you on a level that you want, then, or you need, not everything we want could be achieved, but your needs can be achieved, I guess, and MBTI is a way to navigate through that. So all I'm trying to say is that uh, the if we have found somebody like that who understands on that level, it shouldn't matter what kind of what kind of career they have, until and unless they're working on themselves, even if they're not successful, even if they're not there yet, you should probably stick with them if they're healthy, if they're happy, because that is what Radhi Shetty did with her husband, and look at them now. Look at them. Now they are one of the most followed people probably in the world. I don't know, and that's what the ENFJ can do. Once they get inspired, and Radhi probably inspired him to achieve that level, and that's what happens when you find the right person. Success could be achieved, and I don't endorse that people put themselves through a lot of struggle in the name of love, but I'm just saying that if you have found someone who you can who you see like have the traits that you want, even if they're not there yet, you might want to stick with them. And I can guarantee you it will bring you something special. You will probably be happier when they achieve something. You will probably be excited about them. But if you marry someone that is like not that compatible with you, but you marry them for money, you might have a little struggle to understand when to be happy, and there will be a little bit of struggle to understand whether you should, how to approach them in general, and you'll have to learn the things that you both will never get along with each other, and that is a tough it's a very tough thing to learn about a relationship that is not really for you. And that is the main reason I'm making this video, to make people understand that whoever is watching this, I don't even know, but there are people out there who you will always have problem with, and there are people out there who you will not, who you will get along with most days of the year. And those are the kind of people that you want to be with. You do not want to be with somebody that you know that even though you have them, you feel in need of having someone else. And that is probably it's really inconvenient, and I don't want to endorse it. uh, Although it's always your call, it's your call who to choose for yourself. And if you think that something works out for you, even if it's not conventional, well, then that is your call, and you should stick with it. Making a decision in real life is never simple. Everybody has different dynamics and different facts, figures, different experiences, different issues that they want to take into account while making a decision. And even though there will always be somebody that you might think is not for you, some people really stick with them. And especially I've seen that in India happening a lot, that there are people who know that they might not be the perfect match for each other, but they still stick with one another because they have, it's not like they get along on emotions. They might not understand each other that well, but they get along with other things, like they both are working in the same thing. They have similar work ethic and all of that. I'm not really sure, but I would really insist on trying and finding your own people, finding your own person, because it's getting difficult. Because once you're in your 20s, it's gonna feel like lying and being a rock, because there is so many things you have to do. The world is not simple anymore. The world is very complicated and to navigate, and it's just not easy to navigate, easy to deal with. And you're gonna be confused so many times. You're gonna be feeling that you will never get over this. But I assure you that if you're doing things right in your life, you're working in like a good company, you are successful, you you belong with the good people, you hang around with good people, then you probably will end up finding one of them that can really get along with you. I can speak about this friend who's also an INFP, a more assertive, and somehow she manifested this person, probably an ENFJ, who was a doctor living in another country, and it happened in India. And I'm not saying that doesn't happen in India, it's just I have never seen that happen before. So anyways, and I it makes me really it's really interesting how clear somebody has to be to manifest somebody so good. And I really care about the INFP people out there. I really care about the ENFJs. I really care about INFJ, ENFP. I really care about all of the other types as well. But primarily, I'm focusing on the ENFJ, INFP, INFJ, ENFP, the leader types, because if we get along, if we get together, we can fix everything. Trust me on that. If we are there for the world is there for us. And I'm not even sure if any ENFJs and INFPs are watching this video, but I'm probably sure that you're gonna agree with everything that I'm saying. Other types might disagree, but you really understand what I'm saying. You're like, yeah, I understand. And yeah, that is the vibe. We need to find more in this world, and we have to really need to unite and to make everything better for one another and make things easier than it is right now. And I look like I just woke up because I didn't go out today and I did not do much, today. And probably I should not look like this. People are not gonna take me seriously. Nobody's gonna take me seriously if I look like this. But it's fine. Nobody's gonna watch me anyway.